Okay, welcome everyone. It is day 2 of this free online series, Trust, with myself, Amy Shine. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching this. If you missed yesterday, we kicked off yesterday with day 1 talking about trust with ourselves. So if you're watching this on YouTube, there should be a playlist here for yesterday's video. If you're watching this on Telegram, the video from yesterday is pinned at the top of the page. If you're watching this on Facebook, it's also pinned at the top of the page, yesterday's video. So if you want to get the replays, and we also have a bonus trust meditation exercise happening on the 4th day, you can register on my website. Someone will post a link somewhere. There's a link floating around, probably up in the description. So to go a little bit deeper into the trust conversation today is I wanted to have a look at, so yesterday we looked at trusting ourselves, right? And today, let's look at what it is to trust in other people. So we know, first of all, if we want to trust in others, we first have to trust in ourselves. Trust does not work unless we trust in ourselves first. So if we're looking at, okay, can I trust another person? What does that mean? What does it mean to trust another person? Again, you have to first trust yourself, because if you don't trust yourself, then you're never going to trust anyone else. So, and the thing about trust is that a lot of people do this thing with trust where they do it as this blind faith, right? They say, oh, I trusted that person and he hurt me. But maybe that person showed you at the beginning who they were, and you ignored it. So here's where we go back to, you weren't trusting yourself. You weren't trusting the person showed you who they were. And then instead you built them up to be in your head to be someone they're not. So trust is not blind faith. Trust is who someone shows you they are is who they are. So many of us don't want to actually see or really receive what we're being shown. Instead, we build these fantasies around people. So my first question for you is, who was the first person you trusted that hurt you? It's just so funny because I actually had a dream last night, just like I woke up this morning, and my dream last night was about the first boyfriend I ever had, and he actually cheated on me. And he was in my dream last night. So it's so interesting that these are the questions I have for today, because that was the first person for me that really hurt me. He cheated on me, and it was devastating. I remember being so devastated. So who was that for you? Okay. Now, what decision did you make about you when that incident or whatever that was happened? Wow, I made the decision that I wasn't good enough and I never would be good enough. So whatever decision you made at that time, would you be willing now to destroy and uncreate it and release that from your universe? Wow. And where are you holding that? So if it was a point of view, okay, this person hurt me and they were supposed to care about me, or they said they loved me and they hurt me, or they betrayed me. So whatever decision you make about you at that time, I'm not good enough, or whatever that point of view or judgment you came to about you, where are you holding that? Are you holding that in your body? Are you holding that in your being? Are you holding that somewhere in your universe? For me, I'm holding it in my stomach. So find where you're holding that. And now reverse that out of your body. Whew. Reverse that out of your being. Reverse that out of your energetic bodies. Reverse that out of your universe. Okay, wow. And now if you were to come back to the truth of you, truth, what did you know about that person before you put all your trust in that person that you didn't want to be aware of, or that you didn't trust that you knew? I'm going to ask you that again because I feel like we didn't really quite go there. So, truth, what did you know about that person before they hurt you that you didn't trust that you knew? Wow, I actually knew that he was hurt and that he wanted to hurt people. So everywhere you gave up what you knew and the truth of what you knew to trust in somebody else's pain and lies, they kept you at the effect of their pain and their lies. Would you be willing now to destroy and uncreate it and release that out of your universe, out of your body, out of your energetic bodies? Wow. It's like, where did you take on and lock into your body, your being, your energetic bodies, their lies, their pain, their hurt, and stop trusting you? Would you be willing to release that now? And now, if you were to trust you again, if you were to go back to that moment where you gave up trusting you and where you believed in someone else more than you, believed in what they were saying, believed in their lies, if you go back to you at that age, would you be willing to take back that trust you had in you before you gave it up? The awareness you had, the knowing you had before you made someone or something greater than you. Wow. And like, pull that trust back to you now. Everywhere you put your trust in someone else, in that person, everywhere you put your faith in that person, would you be willing to pull that back to you now? Ooh. Reclaim it. Wow. Wow. Okay. Now, if we were to look at who you are today, that's our past, okay? Now I want you to look at where you're at today in your life. I want you to ask today, present day, is there anyone in your life today that you trust more than you trust yourself? I'm going to ask you that one again. So again, push your mind out of the way. Don't try to logically think about this. Kind of go more into your body, into your being, into the energetics of your life. Truth. Is there anyone in your life today, present day, that you've put more trust in them than you have in trusting yourself? Okay. Now, what decision did you make about this person that keeps you trusting. And it doesn't have to be a person. It could be an organization. It could be your religion. It could be it could be anything. Okay. It could be money. It could be like work. Okay. What decision did you make about them or that thing that keeps you trusting this thing more than you? Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate that now, please? And where in your body, where in your being, where in your universe are you holding that? And for me, I just got it's my energetic bodies. So then would you be willing to release that, dissipate and release that out of your body, your being, your energetic bodies, out of your universe now? Ooh, right, wrong. Okay, right, wrong, good, bad, PUD, POC, only shorts, boys, povits, and yans. That's the Access Consciousness clearing statement. You can use that clearing statement whenever you feel there's something stuck that doesn't seem to move or change. That clearing statement helps shift it. Okay, so have you made somebody else's truth, somebody else's beliefs, your truth and your beliefs? Where are you holding that? Where are you holding somebody else's beliefs or somebody else's truths? In your body? In your being? In your energetic bodies? Would you be willing to find that now, get present with it, and ask to dissipate and release everybody else's truths and beliefs that you've been holding on to in your body and being? Whew. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, only shorts, boys, povits, and yans. Release it, let it go. Breathe into it, and then exhale, move it out of your space. Now, if you didn't have to trust or believe in anyone else, would you trust and believe in you? Wow. So would you be willing to take back that trust and that belief in yourself now that you've been putting into someone else or something else present day? So again, pull that trust you've been putting into someone or something else, that belief you're putting into someone or something else, and pull it back to you now, filling your body and your being up. Ooh, okay. So now, what do you not currently trust you with? So what are you currently not trusting you with that you are looking to someone or something else for the truth? And again, this could be, I don't trust myself with money, so I keep looking outside of me for someone to tell me how to do this. I don't trust myself with orgasm, so I look for someone else to give me an orgasm. Whatever it is for you, it could be anything. So get really present and ask, and get vulnerable too, because some of you might be like, oh, I have nothing, but you might not be getting vulnerable enough to look at it. And you also, maybe you don't have anything, so you don't also have to invent something either. But ask, what do you not currently trust you with? So is there anything in your life right now you don't trust yourself with, that you keep looking to someone else to show you the truth, and you keep trusting someone else with it? Okay, so would you be willing to find where you're holding that? If someone could mute Bindu, that would be great, please. Find where you're holding that in your body and your being. Is it in your body? Is it in your energetic bodies? Are you holding it somewhere in your being? Again, release it out of your body, out of your being. Whew, wow, okay. And so if you actually pulled back to you, total trust in you with this thing, how would you be? So I'm going to say I would say a lot of people don't trust themselves with money. So take the example of that. So now, if you were willing to trust yourself with money, how would you be? Someone said, I don't trust men. So if you're willing to trust yourself with men, get the energy of that and then pull that to you. And fill your body and being up now with total trust of you. So now, who or what have you believed in that has killed your trust in you and them? Because it's like when we do this thing of believing in someone else, believing in what they're saying, believing in whatever that is, the institution, the images we're shown in the world, when we believe in something, we then actually stop trusting ourselves, and then we stop trusting them as well. Because we're not willing to see it when it maybe something isn't true for us, or we're not willing to see when, okay, maybe part of what they're saying is true, but part of it isn't, and it's not true for me. We actually lose the trust in ourselves. So who or what have you believed in that has killed your trust in you and them? Whew, wow. And everything that is, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it and release that blind faith and belief you've put into other people and other things? Wow. Dissipate and release it. Let it go. Let it go from your body. Let it go from your being, from your subtle bodies. So then it's like, okay, if I didn't have to blindly have faith and blindly trust everything someone says, everything someone, promises me, or if I don't have to blindly believe in everything I'm being taught or everything, even me today, like if you didn't have to blindly believe in everything I'm saying, or any teacher, whatever it is, religion, whatever it is, would you then begin to actually have a trust in you, a trust in your knowing, your awareness? Like if you go back to that first early experience of the first person you trusted that hurt you, if you asked, like, what were you aware of? What did you know before you gave up your trust in you and trusted them? All of us were aware. All of us knew. All of us knew who that person was. But we gave it up, right? We shut off our awareness. We put our trust in them, probably in what they were saying, So it's like, where did you give up trusting you and start trusting what people were saying? So for what I wrote down is like, Trust what people do, not what they say. So people can speak a lot of things, but what are they doing? And what if you trust what people show you in their doing, in their action? Trust it. Trust what they show you. So that also goes both ways. So if someone, is speaking, if someone is mean to other people, then trust that they'll be mean to you. But if someone is very kind and caring to other people, trust that they'll be kind and caring to you. Trust what people show you, not what they say. And so that actually starts to bring you back to, okay, what was that person, that first person that you put your trust in that hurt you? What were they showing you that you didn't trust? You gave up your trust in you and you believed what they said, not what they did. And so it comes back to, what if I could actually trust my intuition? What if I could trust how I feel when I'm in certain situations? Trust what I feel when someone is saying something to me. Recently I was with my ex, and he was, talking, and I paid, before I would go along with what he was saying, like, because he also believes his own lies, I would go along and start believing his lies. But I got really present as he spoke, and in my head I kept asking, truth, is this true? Is this true? Because he would say certain things, but my knowing, my feeling, my gut inside me was, that's not true. What he's saying is not true. Part of it may be true, but it's not all true. And so that's where I start to come back to, what if I trusted what I feel when someone is talking to me? Trust that my body shows me what's true. Trust my intuition. Trust my gut. And that may take some time, guys, because how many years have we spent not trusting our gut, not trusting our feelings, not trusting our intuition, and believing what people say, and believing in, what we're being told? And we're trained that way, we're trained to not question other people, not question the authority, not question our teachers. So what if you could begin to go back to that trust you had in you before you gave it up? Maybe it happened at 3 or 4 or 10 or 14. But trust the information your body is giving you. Trust your gut feelings. And this is why so much of my journey this year has been going within. It's been quietening the voices from out here. It's been, maybe even shutting off the outside voices and actually going within to actually begin to trust me, trust what I know, and that actually I do know. When I know what's true. I've always known what's true. All of you do. You know what's true for you, but you have to go within you to get that. This is an inner journey. It's like, and we keep looking outside of us for the truth, but the truth's within us. And I'll talk more about that tomorrow, because day 3, we're going to cover trusting in spirit, trusting in higher power, consciousness, universe, source, energy, whatever you want to call it. But you will never be able to trust spirit, source, consciousness if you don't trust yourself. You will never be able to hear that. You will never be able to receive that unless you first go within you and trust you. So what is your truth? And what if you didn't need anybody else to get it or validate it? Lately, even for me, there's this massive trust coming up with money. So before, if I ask someone, okay, I'd like to do, I'd like to pay for something, or I'd like to book a session, say, or something. And before, I would have never really checked in with myself and seen, does that work for me? And lately I'm getting really clear on that doesn't energetically align for me. Like that doesn't work for me. And it's not about the price, it's about the energy. It's about, it doesn't match for me. And it's not about making that person wrong and me right, or vice versa, or me wrong because I don't want to pay that. It's not about that at all. It's not about the price. It's about me going within me and looking at, that feels off for me. That doesn't align for me. There's something about that is wonky in my world, and I'm going to trust that and not make the other person wrong and not make me wrong. Just be like, oh, that's not for me right now. And it's not about the price, it's about the energy isn't there. But maybe looking at the price gives you some information, right? So it's like the same way, even if someone's like, okay, do you want to meet tomorrow or whatever, you actually can go within you and be like, actually, yeah, that feels good right now. Or you know what, that actually doesn't feel good right now. It's coming back to your inner knowing, your inner signals, your intuition that's within you. But if you're constantly listening to everything outside of you, you don't know what that is. So this trust has to start coming from within. There has to be this inner knowing that we have. And also this getting a sense of into like this inner knowing, this inner trust, this inner intuition, that is something we have to build as well, because we have been doing so much of outside sources. Trusting my gut feelings isn't always easy, since I have ignored my gut feelings for so much of my life. So would you be willing to have so much allowance and kindness for you as you begin to embark on strengthening the trust you have with you? As you begin to go out in the world, and when people speak to you or talk to you, you start to check in with yourself. You start to check, how does that feel? Is that true for me? Is this person speaking my truth? Or are they speaking lies and I'm believing the lies? Ambulance going off in the background. Coming back to really strengthening the trust within you. And when you trust you, it's going to be so much easier to trust other people, and not blindly trust them, but trust and know when they're being truthful, when they're not being truthful, when they're talking lies and believing their own lies. It's going to be a lot easier when you have your inner compass strengthened. So today, let's play with that. Let's play with, when people are talking to you, checking in with you. When someone asks you something, check in with you and see how it feels. Come back to your intuition, your knowing, your trust in you. Okay, guys. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we'll be back again, same time, same place. People can still join us if you want to share the link with anyone. Tomorrow we'll talk about trust with spirit, source, consciousness. Okay. Thank you for being here. See you tomorrow.